There's no place in the world like California. Join us in California Country, a 30-minute adventure throughout the Golden State. This show is brought to you by Nationwide Health Plans and Allied Insurance, members of Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. And the 40,000 farm and ranch families that make up the California Farm Bureau Federation. Farm Bureau, building a better California.
Welcome to California Country. I'm Jim Morris. We're in Yuba County, and this is a very busy time of the year throughout California. You may be planting a garden at home. Farmers are also planting seed. In fact, rice is done by air. It's just one step as farmers plant seeds for a prosperous future. Reminiscent of a pit crew at the Indy 500, these workers are loading seed to plant a rice field. This is a scene replayed countless times across the Sacramento Valley as more than 500,000 acres are planted.
We have to soak the seed for 24 hours, and then we'll drain it for 24 hours and then fly it. Well, that's 3 days, and so you have to sort of know what Mother Nature's going to do to you, because if the wind comes up too hard, they either have to try not to put it on or put it on, because the seed's going to start germinating and it could die in the trailers.
It takes 150 pounds of seed per acre. Since the airplane holds a maximum of 1,700 pounds, pilot Bob Mills usually makes up to 75 flights per day. Farmers have a lot of trust riding on the shoulders of their pilot.
You just have to pay attention all the time. We have the satellite navigation system and the onboard computer, and paying attention to those all the time, keeping track of it, and being aware of the surrounding crops or the surrounding fields, what's in them, and the same kind of varieties and things like that. It's fun for about an hour a day, and after that it's work.
Yeah, we have an area that they really don't like to seed that has a bunch of trees and power lines through it, and for them I provide extra seed simply because I know it's one tough area to get into, and I know they have to get over the power lines and try and drop the seed into there instead of staying low, and so I buy a few extra sacks to get along that edge to make sure we get it covered.
Elsewhere in the valley, workers graft cuttings onto small trees, the starting point of future orchards in the Golden State. It's a job filled with risk.
Well, it's all speculative for us. What we grow in our nursery is a guessing game on what a farmer is going to want to plant a year or two down the road. So it's a very risky business, and it's difficult to gauge.
An apple or peach tree doesn't necessarily start by its own seed. Farmers buy young trees from nurseries like Sierra Gold, which amazingly start with one type of tree and can end up with something completely different. What you're looking at is something called rootstock. It's a growing medium where the fruit or nut tree of choice is grafted on and takes off from there.
Here we're budding almonds on a plum rootstock. We could be budding prunes, peaches, pears, apples. Here we're budding almonds. We insert a bud into a rootstock. We're going to grow that bud all season. It's going to become a finished tree this winter. This is our product after it's been harvested. These are almond trees on peach rootstock. They're in a dormant state now because they're being held in cold storage. And it's kind of tricking them into staying asleep until a farmer can take delivery of them and plant them out in his field. This is a peach tree. It's been in the ground now for about 2 or 3 months. As you can see, there's a lot of new growth on it. Next year, they'll be getting some fruit on this peach tree, and about 2 years from now, they'll have a harvestable crop.
Tomatoes destined for pasta sauce, ketchup, or salsa get their start on more than 250,000 acres throughout the state. Many fields are planted by transplants, 2-month-old plants that take a lot of guesswork out of the season ahead. A 13-person crew needs 10 hours to cover 25 acres, 6,000 plants to the acre, spaced 18 inches apart. Fields produce in about 6 months. Planning all this out starts in the winter.
We start planning the planting process in December of the prior year, working with canneries to design our planting schedules and varieties that are tailored for either paste tomatoes in the cannery or a whole peeled pack that could be for salsa.
Spring is a time for planning and hard labor, though it's all part of keeping stores stocked with an abundant, affordable food supply. Something to bear in mind the next time you drive past the farm fields of California.
I think a lot of them see these green fields and really don't know what they are. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that drive up and down the valley and wonder what these green fields are.
I love roses. And here at Cosentino's in Malibu, they grow roses that are about as big as my fists. They're so beautiful. But sometimes growing roses on your own can be a trying task. So David, maybe you have a few pointers on how we can get our roses to grow as beautiful as this.
Secret, Key Largo, Double Delight. Haha, Double Delight. Not only a pleasure for the eyes, but a pleasure for the nose as well. Truly a double delight. The rose, America's flower. That is the national flower of America. Can either be the source of much joy or much anguish if you have problems with them. But take a look at all these beautiful roses growing around me. They look so good right now because we know what to do to take care of them. Let me let you in on a few secrets. First of all, roses like sun, plenty of water, and good food. What kind of food? Grow power. A can a week, that's all we ask. That's what the almond growers say. The grow power people say a cup a month. That's it, a cup a month, or a half a cup twice a month. That's all you have to do to feed them. And grow power, high in humic acids, great fertilizer for helping the soil to get better, and better soil makes better roses. And then if you have problems, aphids are going to start showing up, and all sorts of other bugs. There's plenty of things you can do to get rid of them. Isotox is a systemic insecticide that will protect them from the inside out. If you don't want to use a systemic insecticide, then try neem oil. The neem oil is an organic product derived from the seed of the neem tree, and it protects against insects and disease. Spray that about once a month and you may never have to worry about bugs, and it's organic. Now there's many diseases that get on roses, especially mildew. That evil white powder that coats the leaves, curls them up, takes vigor from your plants, and then rust turns them yellow and will cause the leaves to just drop off. The neem oil will help take care of that, or if you want to use a chemical spray that does a great job, once or twice a month, use Immunox. That will take care of all the fungal diseases that get on them. And if you don't want to spray, there is one product that you can use that's a fertilizer and an insecticide. It's the Bayer product. Has a systemic insecticide that will protect the plants from the inside. It feeds them, put it on about every 6 weeks, and you'll never have to spray them for bugs again. And if you don't want to ever have to worry about that stuff, look for some real disease-resistant varieties that you just don't have to spray, like this new variety called Brilliant Pink Iceberg, or its parent, Regular Iceberg. They're very disease-resistant, vigorous roses that bloom lots and lots. And if you'd like a list of roses that seem to be more disease-resistant on their own so you don't have to spray them, check out our website and we'll make sure that list is there. That's cacountry.tv. cacountry.tv, and I'll have a list of roses that you may not have to spray there for you to see. I'm David Ross from Walter Anderson Nursery in Poway. I'll see you next time.
Want to know more about the fascinating stories behind where our food comes from? We'll find the answers to many questions on our website at cacountry.tv.
Premier service from Allied Insurance protects more than your car. It protects your baby, your office, even your family room. We understand it's more than a car. It's your car.
Quality insurance at a fair price for individuals, families, and businesses. Consult the Yellow Pages for the independent Allied agent closest to you.
Picture this. A place down by the lake, front yard of crystal blue water, plenty of room for the kids, and of course, the grandkids.
If you can picture the future, Nationwide can too. We offer financial services like mutual funds and retirement planning that fit your changing needs and help make your future everything you pictured. Nationwide. Insurance, financial services, on your side.
We in America have the most affordable food supply in the world.
We in America have the safest food supply in the world.
Californians benefit from the creative talents of families throughout our state, from El Centro to Yreka, who produce our food, fiber, and flowers.
The 40,000 farm families that make up Farm Bureau in California are working hard to keep it that way.
Farm Bureau, building a better California.
Welcome back to California Country.
We're in Sonoma County, which is home to much more than vineyards and scenic vistas. It's also the site of a poultry operation. They have a different method of growing these birds, and it's winning over more consumers each day. Rocky and Rosie the range chickens raised by Petaluma Poultry are capturing increasing interest throughout America. Birds are raised on 15 ranches throughout Northern California. It takes about 9 weeks for the chickens to reach market weight, achieved by an all-vegetarian diet without antibiotics, growth stimulants, or hormones, and in a free-range environment, providing them room to roam.
The birds, as you can see, get access to the outside, and they're able to kind of forage, and on a day like today, they can nibble at worms and get in the grasses and really enjoy life as chickens should.
At Petaluma Poultry, an emphasis is placed on maintaining their agricultural heritage, respecting the environment, the workforce, and the chickens. The birds are fed high-quality California-grown corn, which makes a difference.
We tend to use those things that produce a good flavor in the bird. For example, corn really makes the bird taste differently. We use rations that don't put a lot of fat on the birds. You take a look at our birds, you'll notice less fat on them, and therefore we feel a healthier bird.
Americans eat more than 80 pounds of chicken a year, double 1970 consumption. Even those who are around chickens for a living are still big fans.
We probably eat chicken 3-4 nights a week, no surprise. And I actually prefer barbecued chicken, just on the grill, minimal seasoning, and just let the natural flavors come out.
Would you like a grape?
Sure. Thank you.
There you go.
Thanks, buddy.
My pleasure.
All this great produce around, but what do you do with it? Let's go to our friend Andy Pounding, and he'll let us know exactly what we can do.
Today we're going to look in the pea patch and see what's growing. About 7 weeks ago, I planted a variety of different members of the pea family. There are snow peas, the flat Chinese peas. There are English shelling peas, the kind that you shell and eat. And a combination of those two is the sugar snap pea, the kind that are kind of thick pods, but sweet and completely edible. This is what they look like. They're just starting to flower. You can also just eat the tendrils if you want. So now we're back in the pea patch, and they're all grown up and ready to appease your appetite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Starting with the English shelling peas, the ones you have to shell. Then we move on to the flat snow pea. And then their happy love child, a happy hybrid, a combination of these two called the snap pea. Edible pod, nice succulent little pea-rific. So let's go play with some. English shelling peas. You can tell when they're fresh because they squeak. Eek, eek, eek. They're a lot of work, and I am a huge proponent of using produce in season and getting it as locally as possible because you're helping support local growers and your community. You're also helping keep farmland as farmland, and you're going to be getting prime produce at the best price. However, I will cheat with these because they freeze beautifully. And my favorite brand is C&W, California, and I won't say that the W is for Washington because after all, this is California country. But this company picks about the top 3 or 4% of any crop. And what that translates into peas is that you get a consistently sized, small, sweet, delicious product. And I just defrosted these and added them to a sauteed red onion with a little butter and garlic and salt and pepper, and then added some mint, fresh herbs. I'm telling you, they really add great flavor dimensions to your food, and they're very good for you too. And finish it off with a little lemon juice. Then for a salad, One option, take some of the actual pea leaves. As a green, make sure to never use the sweet pea flower greens because they're poisonous. Only the edible peas. And for a salad, one thing I love to do is just to cut snap peas on a diagonal, blanch them in boiling salted water, chill them, dry them off a little bit, put those on top of the pea greens, dress it with your favorite little vinaigrette. Easy to make, just a good California olive oil, Meyer lemon juice or lemon juice, any kind of vinegar you want. Very flexible. I'm going to add a little lemon zest, and then, because it's in season now, fresh California Dungeness crab. Elegant. Nummalicious. One of my all-time favorites. Poof. So, how about that for a salad? Peas, the pea family. Enjoy. Get out and get some at your farmer's market and cook them up for dinner tonight. See you next time.
Have a comment on the show or a great story idea? We'd love to hear from you, so give us a call toll-free, 800-698-FARM, and you just might win some cool stuff.
Farming is more than a job. It's an opportunity and a responsibility to provide life-sustaining food and fiber for our nation and the world. The hours can be long, but it's a rewarding life. My family and I love spending time outside, enjoying the sights and sounds that you can only find on the farm. It's a big job, one that I wouldn't trade for anything. Farm Bureau, building a better California.
You'd never know it on the battlefield, but nearly half of today's military are National Guard and reservists. However, they can't answer our nation's call without their employer's support. If you're an employer, visit esgr.org and find out how to do your part. After all, their response depends on yours.
Welcome back to California Country.
California wineries are not only fast-rising stars in making world-class vintages, their restaurants are gaining increasing prominence. Pairing wine and food has become an art carried out by chefs, including Dan Lewis at Ironstone Vineyards in Calaveras County in California's Gold Country.
Well, first of all, wine is a food. It comes from grapes, and people really need to realize that. It's a part of an enhancement. Wine enhances the dish enhances the wine. And they really pair nicely together, and when you hit that ideal combination, it really works.
Chef Dan took us behind the scenes in the kitchen, where a lot of precise work and quality ingredients are needed to meet customers' lofty expectations. At a recent extravaganza at the winery, a special dish was created, a chicken roulade with wilted arugula and fermented black bean.
The arugula is going to go underneath our chicken roulades. That's chicken breast stuffed with wild mushroom forcemeat. The earthiness of the black bean kind of cuts the tannins and the oak that's in our Merlot and lets more of the fruit in the wine come out, and it makes a nice pairing with this, and the kind of spicy, peppery arugula goes real nice with all those flavors combined.
Another dish drawing rave reviews was a salad that featured dried black mission figs and Cabernet wine.
This is just our salad course, but our salad course is really, it's a neat salad because it's all wild greens picked right here at the winery on the grounds, and they're all wild, nothing out of the garden or anything. Miner's lettuce, The miners used to eat it because it's very high in vitamin C back in the gold rush days. $50 for one lemon. And so everybody got scurvy in the winter, and then in the springtime this miner's lettuce pops up and it's really high in vitamin C, and the miners gobbled it up to stave off their scurvy. And then we also have wild pea shoots. Really the technical name for this is hairy vetch, but wild pea shoot sounds like a heck of a lot better than hairy vetch, so we're calling it wild pea shoots. And then we also have watercress that we picked out of the creek out here, and it grows all over up here in the foothills. All three of these grow all over up here in the foothills.
During this event, patrons had a chance to sample a multitude of dishes and meet guest chefs who traveled a long way to enjoy this special evening.
So I went ahead and made the seafood skewers, which are, we got shrimp, scallops, tuna, and pepper. And then we brush that all with Cajun vinaigrette, which is spicy, and it goes very well with the sweet wine, the Symphony Obsession.
Here we did two things. We took the session wine and we reduced it with vanilla beans, lemons, lemon juice, and we put some fresh stewed peaches inside of it. We slowly reduced it till it got to the perfect consistency. We put it in a blender, get this beautiful lightly thickened fruit puree of peaches. And then what we did is we took the Obsession wine straight out of the bottle with egg yolks, sugar, and honey, and we whipped it up to a froth, finished it off with some sour cream, a little bit of gelatin to hold it all together, and then folded in some whipped cream.
The next time you find that awesome pairing of food and wine, keep in mind the hard work it takes to deliver this culinary triumph to your table.
Hot, 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 hot. So, and then they come back with, so what's the holdup? Well, I've been better, but I can't remember when.
It's the hardest thing about being a chef that people don't know about is keeping consistent, keeping the quality consistent. That's the part that puts those extra hours in, making sure that every day your product is perfect, because it is Mother Nature. If it's the meat, the fish, or that, it always changes, and keeping that quality and getting that quality in and making sure you're caring for it and treating it right and making that, and that's what takes the extra hours.
Because I already know I'm good, and then, you know, but the people like to, you know, clap and all that. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. See, look, he's getting all red. He's getting all red, like I said he would. Eat well, drink wine, and live large. That's what a chef should do.
Premier service from Allied Insurance protects more than your car. It protects your baby, your office, even your family room. We understand it's more than a car. It's your car.
Quality insurance at a fair price for individuals, families, and businesses. Consult the Yellow Pages for the independent Allied agent closest to you.
Picture this. A place down by the lake, front yard of crystal blue water, plenty of room for the kids, and of course, the grandkids.
If you can picture the future, Nationwide can too. We offer financial services like mutual funds and retirement planning that fit your changing needs and help make your future everything you pictured. Nationwide. Insurance, financial services, on your side.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Farm Bureau, building a better California.
Welcome back to California Country.
There's dozens of fairs and festivals going on throughout California. We're here at the Sacramento County Fair, where there's plenty of food, rides, livestock, and some of the Golden State's hardest working people.
And joining me right now is Steve Weaver, who is the general manager of the fair, and he's here to tell us more about this year's fair.
Yes, I am, and thank you guys for coming. This is our 66th annual.
Started in 1937 down in the city of Galt, and we're just out here looking for families to come out and have a lot of fun with us.
And what kind of experience do you want fairgoers to get out of this?
I want them to have a safe family environment for their families. I want them to have some fun, to see the animals and get some agricultural knowledge out of it, where their food and fiber come from besides just the supermarket and a clothing store.
One of the most popular parts about the fair is the livestock, and right now I'm joined by Jessica Horde, who is from San Joaquin County, and her steer was just named the Grand Champion steer, and she's here to tell us more about him.
Well, his name is Jack, and he weighs 1,332 pounds. I've had him since he was about 6 months old, and he's really great, outgoing, calm, and loving.
And I still think one of the greatest things that we grow right here in the state of California is our young people, and I think we ought to give them all a great big round of applause. Sold it right there.
So Jessica, your steer just sold for more than $1,600. What's going through your head?
Go to college, raise more cattle, and have fun.
So Matt, what are your general thoughts on some of the quality of the animals you saw today?
You've got the best quality of all species of animals right here at the Sacramento County Fair. These kids have up to a year-long project on some of the species of these animals. For example, these steers, they have thousands of dollars invested in their animals. They've gone out and purchased the highest quality animals that they can have, given them the best care as well as training that it takes to get them to an event like this. And we're really proud of the kids. All right, we bid 100. Now 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 75. Now 200, but 2 1/4, 275. Here we go to 250 to 75. 275 to 275 to 300. Here we go to 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 75. And a $400 bill, 4 1/4, 4 1/2. Now 75, 500. Here we go to 5, 5, 5, 5. Sold for 75 right over there. Buyer number 269. Wow, what a buy.
There's plenty of hardworking people at the fair, but there's no escaping the fun. Woo! I'm Anlin reporting for California Country.
Thanks for watching California Country. We're in Tulare at the World Ag Expo. It's unbelievable for all the equipment that's on sale, and there's thousands of people from throughout the world here today. We appreciate you watching. Be sure to tune in next week for more of the best people, places, and things here on California Country.
Thanks for watching California Country. This program is made possible through a generous grant from Nationwide Health Plans and Allied Insurance. Saw a show you liked and want to buy it? Well, it's easy. Just send a check for $15 to the California Foundation for Agriculture in the Classroom. Please include the station call letters and the date the show aired. You are important to us. In fact, we'd like to hear your thoughts about California Country. And each week, one lucky viewer will receive a gift highlighting California's amazing food industry. California Country is produced by the California Farm Bureau Federation.